Welcome to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles, and today we're going to be talking about Danny Dimes. Is he really the future for the New York Giants? Let's get it. DJ, Daniel Jones. It is like a roller coaster ride when it comes with Daniel Jones. I mean, in the first game against the Broncos, he played... That's what it was. In the second game against Washington, I did expect him to have a really good game because he is just really comfortable with playing against Washington. I have no idea why, but he played a damn good game. He truly did. And if Darius Slayton catches that ball, we're looking at 1-1, and we're tied in first place in our division. But Darius Slayton drops the ball, Dexter Lawrence jumps off sides, and Washington walks away with a victory. So, what is my analysis so far with Danny this season? So, I am seeing some good positives, and I am still seeing some kind of negatives, and it's still, the jury's out to see if he's really our franchise guy. So, in the first game, I did like the way he was throwing the ball, the decisions he was making. He was taking the sack when he needed to take the sack. He was throwing the ball away when the ball needed to be thrown away. He was checking down. He was being very patient. Outside of that fumble, which was very costly, I didn't really see that he dramatically did something that was terrible to really hurt his stature. It was the fact that here we go again with the fumbles in an untimely time when we actually need it, because the defense wasn't doing their job at all, and the offense only had, I think, around 7 possessions, so every possession truly counted. And looking at that game, and it truly, it hit me. It hit me like a light bulb. Like, I was perfectly content with seeing Danny in another uniform and succeeding, because at this point in time, I do not believe that they are doing him any type of justice, because he is not in the right scheme. He is a vertical passer, which we have seen him with Pat Shermer. He goes downfield. He runs a little of the West Coast offense. The way Jason Garrett got him dinking and dunking, it's not his scheme. He's not in the right scheme. So I seen that in Denver. And then once he came to Washington, I seen that they opened the playbook up a little bit more. So he started to go downfield, and he started to pass the ball, past 10, 15 yards a little bit more. So I do see that Jason Garrett is opening up the playbook and trying to really hone in on what Jones does well, which is he's a very mobile quarterback, and he can put the ball on the dime when it's needed. Sometimes he's going to throw sometimes he's going to throw inaccuracy, but that's expected from a quarterback. Now, is he the guy? That's the question that we still need to see. And as I said, I want to see this first half of the season. His offensive line is actually holding up pretty well. He needs to get on the same page with Kenny G. Kenny G was getting on Jason Garrett in the last game for really not getting him the ball or making sure that he's the number one option. Sterling Shepard is really benefiting from Kenny G actually being there. That's why he's gotten so many receptions. It really is taking off. Saquon Barkley still does not look well. He does not look like he's mentally ready to be out there. But at the end of the day, Danny has been pretty consistent with his yardage, with his running, with the actual passes. Now, there's still some things he still likes to stare his option down. He really doesn't look off. Hitting that back foot, the ball really isn't out of his hand yet. He still tries to wait for the wide receiver to actually get open, opposed to trying to throw him open. But the one thing that we haven't really seen with Danny is a problem with interceptions. Yeah, he's had a problem with turnovers in his career, but not with interceptions per se. Simply because he does take care of the ball when it comes to the interceptions. He just has, like what Bart Scott says, Junior Whopper hands, and he's always fumbling the ball. Now, coming up against the Falcons, I'm expecting him to have a pretty big game. He's going to be over 275 yards passing. He may even get close to that 100-yard mark in rushing because Atlanta's defense isn't that good. But also, our defense really isn't that good. So I am not expecting us to win by like 2 touchdowns or anything. I'm really expecting it to be a shootout, but I'll go more into detail about that in my preview video that I'll be doing tomorrow. But as for right now, game 1 with Danny, I gave him a C minus because that was a costly turnover. In the last game against Washington, I give him an A. Now, the A plus could have been there, but that was Darius Slayton's fault, and an A plus would really mean that he would have gotten the victory for us. So right now he's averaging out as a B. We're going to keep on going through these letter grades throughout the season to really see if he's our guy or should we be really looking for a quarterback since we have 2 first-round draft picks. Now, if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and hit that sub button. Don't forget to click that like button so that YouTube can push this video and help the channel grow. And until next time, I'm out.